morning. I'm Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church right here in Beaumont, Texas. And we're here on what's happening in our neighborhood. And today my special guest is Miss Brenda Spivey, the president of the local NAACP. Welcome, Miss Spivey.
Thank you so very much.
Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a native Beaumonter. I've been here all my life, finished from Hebert High School several years ago.
Just a few years ago.
Just a few years ago, right. I've become president most recently, and I've been a member of the NAAC for quite a few years as well, supported with my family and all, always involved in other things in our community. I'm involved in my church, it's the West Tabernacle Baptist Church.
Okay.
I'm also involved in several women's organizations and other civic organizations here in the city.
So, Ms. Spivey, tell us a little bit about the NAACP.
Sure. Well, the NAACP, as we all know or should know, it is the oldest, the boldest organization in the nation concerned and fighting for equality and justice for all Americans, regardless of race, color, creed, or nationality. And we can consistently strive on membership. Membership is the goal. We are supported through membership, members supporting it financially and helping us as an organization to remain independent. So if the members don't support us, then we can't be independent because we don't want just anyone providing us with financial support.
So Ms. Spivey, so how is the NAACP involved in all of the recent activities that are happening in our nation? The Starbucks situation, I mean, some of the police brutality situations. So tell us a little bit about how...
On the national level, specifically, our national organization is definitely monitoring and involved in almost every aspect of what is going on in our nation. They are looking at the civil, social injustice, the police brutality. You may not hear from national, but they are looking at everything. We have investigators and various departmental members of our organization from every level of the state, because we're in every state in the union. So therefore, we're looking at those things. We're particularly concerned, and the Starbucks issue was quite an issue in our opinion, both national and locally, because the results of it set the tone and set a style that others need to follow, because the individuals that were infringed upon with their civil rights, they fought for their own justice, and they used the legal system to accomplish that, and they accomplished it real well, and they set a tone that all Americans, businesses, need to follow.
Yes, ma'am. So what about our local organization here in this area?
Well, on a local basis, we're concerned about the same things that's going on, but we look at specifically what's going on in our court system here. We have some disparities here in our court system. We have some issues in our police department. We definitely have some concerns with our education system. We're making changes all the time, and we're trying to make changes that will represent and take care of the prime responsibility of education, and that's educating all of our children, that they all receive the same quality of education, and the changes that go on in the district will benefit them to the highest. So we're concerned about that. We're working on, we're part of a committee that works with the district. We're getting involved in a lot of other areas of our community, partnering with other organizations. In doing that, we not only support what their goals are, they become a part of what we're working for. And the two groups or the two partners or whomever we partner with, we're working on each other's goals. And sometimes in most of these partnerships, we find that we have some of the same concerns.
Right.
We have some of the same. That's right, quite. And the more you partner, the more successful you can accomplish growing your membership and also meeting your final determination of what you're trying to arrive at.
And that's the overall goal of the NAACP, is to make sure that there's equality and justice for everybody.
Everybody.
Not just one race of people, but all people.
Yeah. A lot of times people's civil rights or social justices have been infringed upon, and they don't even know it. It's amazing that when you get to talking to people, they'll tell you about an incident, and I'll talk to them and say, do you realize really what happened in that situation? And they say, what do you mean? And then I have to explain to them. Right. Because sometimes we're so used to circumstances being the same, we think that's the right situation that we're in. And it has to be brought to people's attention sometimes.
You know, and really to go back in history a little bit, I mean, the NAACP was instrumental in making sure that we had the Voting Rights Act.
That's right.
you know, and many other things that we have the privilege of enjoying right now. You could trace it back to the activities of the NAACP.
All the way back. In fact, we started off working and being involved in civil and social justice issues since 1904. That makes us pretty old.
Wow.
I have to say us.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
So Ms. Bobby, where in the local area do you meet?
Well, we have an office that we actually operate out of, and right now our meetings are held at the Johns Library on Fanette Road. We meet every second Thursday of the month at 6 p.m., and we invite everyone to come out. We have a meeting of about an hour. We try not to hold people too long, but we address, the agenda is always addressing some of our local concerns,
right.
Getting more members, of course, because the larger the membership, the stronger the organization.
Right.
So that's what we're always working on is membership, and we always encourage individuals not to just come out and check us out, but come out and check us out and get involved in our organization. I don't want just members with a name and a number and that they gave $30, which is our initial adult membership, but I want them to join and find out that we are a worthwhile organization for being a part of, and not criticize us and say what we're doing or not doing. Help us to do what you think we ought to be doing.
Right. Don't just talk about it, be about it.
Be about it. That's exactly right. We have various levels of membership. We start off at $30 for the average adult, and then we have a membership for $10 for youth. So we can meet everyone's financial need as well as their ability to pay. And also, if you want to grow in the organization, we have another levels of lifetime membership, starting off at our silver life membership, and it goes all the way up into the diamond life. But you have to complete one life membership before you move to the next level. That's called advancing. Advancing in membership. And that keeps that money coming in, because if you just buy one membership and you bought it in 10 years ago, we can't live off of that. We can't survive off of that membership you bought 10 years ago. So we need you to keep on paying and keep on being involved.
And again, it's for any person.
It's for any person.
It doesn't matter what their race is.
Doesn't matter.
Or
all we want them to be genuinely concerned about what the NAACP is all about. We don't want them to be giving us any fake, as the president talks about. We don't want anything fake. We want it all to be real, real.
Now, Ms. Bobby, you also, right now, you're in the process of getting ready on this coming Friday to have the 35th annual Freedom Fund Banquet.
That's correct.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, this is the 35th Freedom Fund Awards Banquet, and we've been doing these Freedom Fund banquets for a number of years, this being our 35th. But the focus of the banquet is not who's speaking and none of those other issues. It's really bringing together the funds that we can collect from that banquet as a resource to provide scholarships to some of our local students. And this year we will be awarding 3 scholarships based on our goal and the interviews that we've had with several kids in our community. In fact, it was very difficult for us to make the decision for just 3 this year, because they had some great class ratings. Their grades were great. Their involvement in the community was great. So we had a hard time picking just 3. We just didn't have enough money to do more than 3.
Yeah.
So that's why I encourage people to come out to our banquet. It's going to be on June the 15th. And it's going to be at 6:30. It's going to be at the Civic Center here in Beaumont. And we are going to have a great speaker. His name is Leonard Pitts. And in 2004, he was the Pulitzer Prize winner in commentary. He comes out locally in our enterprise, as well as he comes out in the Houston Chronicle. And he has some great articles. I know out there's a lot of his fans. And if you want to talk to him and meet him personally, I invite you to come out Friday and shake hands with him and sit in the audience and hear him actually tell us what his articles are all about. He writes on a lot of civil issues. He speaks about his concerns, and most of his concerns overlap with some of the same concerns that the NAACP has.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. So it's not too late. I mean, it's only Tuesday today in order for you to be able to get your ticket for Friday.
That's right.
I know it's going to be a stellar banquet.
Oh, we're looking for we have very few tables left, so I encourage people to get involved, because we started off with quite a few tables, and I've gotten overwhelming response from the community, and they're calling me about every 2 days. Even some of our members who bought tables before, they got to pay for them first, because if someone comes up with that cash, we're going to let that table go. So we're trying to encourage everybody to get involved.
So if people who are watching today want to get a table, how much are tables and for the table? And then you tell us how much are tickets.
Well, tables are $360, and that's 8 people at a table. The tickets are $45 each, and to get a table or a ticket, you just have to call our local office, 842-0294, and between the hours of 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., and the secretary will oblige you. She has tickets available, and she has whole tables available, and if you have trouble getting in touch with her, just call me. That's at 409-553-3657, and I'll be glad to help you out on that. We're looking forward to a great time with Leonard Pitts. We're going to recognize some of our people in our community that we've classified as living legends.
Right.
But I can't tell you until you come. That's the big secret. You got to come and hear about it.
It might be me. I'm a living legend.
Might be you. Who knows?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I know I'm just joking. It's not me.
No, it's not you.
But I'll be there. I'll be there.
We look forward to it.
To be a part of this event.
Yeah.
Now you are looking for corporate sponsors too.
Certainly, we're looking for corporate sponsors. We're always interested in sponsors from the corporate industry, as well as the churches, the organization. The individual can be a sponsor. Our sponsorships go from the platinum, which is $5,000 or more, down to $500. So we always look for sponsors. We had some great sponsors in this particular banquet. Some new companies. The Silsby Honda dealership over in Silsby sponsored us this year with one of our corporate sponsors, as well as, of course, Exxon and Mobil and the Lamar LIT program, and the LU program. So that's just a few, but we had several great sponsors that continuously support us, and then we had some new ones, of course. And then we always want the others to continue and get new ones always.
Yeah, so business owners and leaders, this is a great organization to sponsor. So again, if you need sponsorship, tell us that number, Ms. Bobby, again. How can we get in contact with you if I'm a corporate sponsor?
842-0294 or 409-553-3657. Be delighted to oblige you in any of those categories.
Now, Ms. Bobby, on that night, on this coming Friday, you're also going to have, if someone wants to become a member of the organization, you're going to be passing out membership forms there?
We will have membership forms there. We will have some of our T-shirts, some of our other paraphernalia that represents the NAACP. We want to get membership above all. And, of course, that's our main thing. Anytime we have an activity like this or any activity we have, membership is high on the agenda. That's the first thing, in getting more people involved because, again, membership is the life of the NAACP. Some other organizations can just survive on a donation here and there, but we need committed members that continuously finance and support the organization.
Now, you're also going to have, tell us about the youth and young adults in the chapter.
Okay, we have several youth groups. In fact, some of our youth will be on duty that night, helping with activities, ushering, and so forth. We have a youth group over at the current Ozan School. We have a youth group over at Central. We also have a youth group at Lamar, and we've just formed a real young youth group, the 12 and younger age group. We just started that group, and they'll be on duty that night in their little proud uniforms and their logo on, helping us usher and bring in our different participants that's going to be involved in that.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now, also, you have a reward program.
Yes, we do. We have. We started this reward program last year, in which vendors, various business people, decide to be on our awards and rewards list, and they offer a discount of some type, whatever they sell, to anyone that displays or actually acknowledges that they're a member of the NAACP. Right now we have about 15 that are on that list, as well as another program that we started. Besides the rewards program, we have a program where we host black businesses. Any local black business can come to our meeting on that second Thursday, and they can actually identify what they do, what their service or product is. If they want to bring a sample or one of their products, they can, but they are allowed to host our meeting and share with us what their business is, how long they've been in business, and what some of their business goals are. And we started that this year. That's a partnership. We also partnership with some churches doing health fairs.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to consider partnering with some of the younger people that need mentorship and help them with some of the issues, partner with some of the schools in our community, as well as I was just inquired today to consider partnering with one of the what they call the art councils that are looking at in our community having what they call sections of the community that they actually have various contributions to support the arts in other areas of our community.
And again, also the police department.
Oh,
you
yes.
guys partner with the police department.
We did a program last year with the police department looking at their applications, making some recommendations for improvement in their solicitation of applicants of all races.
Right.
And allowing them to become more sensitive to the needs of not only the black community, but all other communities that have not been included in those areas.
Yes, ma'am. Also fraternities and sororities.
Right. We have several partnerships with the fraternities and sororities in which they support our organization and we support them. They may have an activity going on, and of course we help them with their goal and accomplishing their goals. So we're reaching out on a national level. The NAACP has formed national partnerships with the fraternities and sororities. So therefore the local groups are kind of bound by what the national has set the tone for.
Right.
You have to do what the boss says, and the boss is up in the national area.
Yes, ma'am. You got to do what the boss says.
You got to do what the boss says if you want to stay a part of the organization.
Right. Well, Ms. Bobby, I want to thank you for coming today. Hey, listen, those of you who are watching today, again, this coming Friday, 6:30 a.m. the 35th, 6:30 p.m. I'm sorry, don't get up that early. Nope. 6:30 p.m. the 35th annual NAACP Freedom Fund and Awards Banquet at the Beaumont Civic Center. Tickets are still available. You can call 409-842-0294. For tables are $360 for 8 persons. Tickets are $45 a person. And listen, let me encourage you also to bring youth to this banquet because they need to see what has happened in the past so that they can see what could happen in the future. So bring them out and be a part of this. Listen, it's a black tie affair. We didn't tell them that, Ms. Bobby.
Oh, no, we didn't, but we don't need any blue jeans.
No blue jeans.
No blue jeans. We need those slacks and ties and shirts and coats.
Yeah.
Because we want Leonard to know that Beaumont knows how to dress.
What you say?
Because he hasn't been here but one time. That was many years ago. So we're looking forward to Leonard Pitts being here, and we want him to see that everybody in Beaumont knows how to dress, and this is the greatest part of Texas to be in.
That's right. So the guest speaker will be Mr. Leonard Pitts, the columnist, and again, it's going to be at the Beaumont Civic Center this coming Friday night, 6:30 p.m., the 35th annual NAACP Freedom Fund Awards Banquet. So listen, again, if you haven't bought your ticket, if those who are company owners or leaders in companies and you want to have a sponsorship, again, call 409-842-0294 to get your ticket today. So listen, I want to thank Ms. Bobby for coming and sharing this great information with us. And I want to thank you for joining us here on What's Happening in Our Neighborhood. And we will see you next time on our broadcast.